What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS brought to you by Den Media Group, presented by TheHumidor.com. And ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Always be celebrating. TheHumidor.com is go-to website for all things tobacco related. If you don't live in the state of Florida, and if you live in the state of Florida, just go to the local ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. You can go get your cigars. They all have some of the best humidors in the city. They also have the best liquor prices. Like, go there, buy all your liquor. That's where all of my tailgates are sponsored. Basically, all my tailgates alcohol comes from ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. We got a big one coming up in Orlando. I'm going to start doing heavy media blitzing on it because I got a lot of stuff happening over the summer. I got my book bag drive that we're about to start doing. The drops for that happens in July, that we're trying to raise enough money for 3,600 book bags. If you are a member of Den Media Group, that does go toward, especially the 3-6 Mafia and a 3-6 Mafia each month. Your purchase goes to buying a book bag. All in goes into buying a book bag, amongst other things. But it'll be $36 a book bag. If you guys can go and check that out, if you will. Inside the world's greatest cigar lounge, Goodfellas Cigar Lounge, where we bring you the show here 3 days a week. And some new stuff coming up here over the summer. And Miles, I might need this might be where I need your creative spirit. And we can post that up here in a second. But Tuesdays I have to work now because I had to make some decisions with the lounge, and we as a group decided to come up here. So Tuesdays will be the night that I close. So if I'm up here, I might as well work. So I'm thinking about doing a weekly pairing. So basically, if you come up to Goodfellas Cigar Lounge on Tuesday nights, we will have a cigars and alcohol. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there for $10. No, it's too little. No, we can do that. For $10, I'm going to find you a cigar, and we're going to give you a beverage. So we'll have the beverage of the night that will have discounts on, a special. So if you want a little bit more, but basically we're going to have, like, let's say we have a Davidoff and we wouldn't do this. Oh, Davidoff and Blade and Bow. Those would be the two pairings. So we're going to go do that. We're going to get that thing cracking up here, get it started here. Let's just say in the month of June, we'll start that for the weeks that I'm here. There'll be a few weeks where I'm out of town. But for the most part, we'll get this thing cracking and get it going, and we'll have a good time, encouraging people to celebrate. That's what it's all about. Goodfellas, get a membership here, get a membership through. Actually, I may even take it up another notch. If you have the all-in membership, you get a membership to Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. I have the bandwidth to do that. So with your all-in membership, you can get you, I don't know, can we take one of these cameras real quick, Miles, and show them what one of the lockers look like? Yeah. Actually, no, my bad. Switch the angle back to me with this camera. I think if you, I thought we had another angle. But basically, if you look to my left, that might be your right on the camera. And whatever, there's some cubbies there. Like, actually, if Miles, go back and be like Vanna White or something like that. If you see where Miles is at, that's a locker. That locker, you can put your cigars, you can put some stuff in there. You get discounts on the alcohol. You get all kind of member appreciation stuff. If you're a Jaguar fan, I think we're going to try to start something where you can park here and we'll get you to the stadium and we'll get you back. It's not because we really, really like you. The point is we want you to drink before the game, and we want you to come back and drink after the game. See how that goes? Like, we need you to spend the money. But that's what happens here at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. But as we're encouraging people to become members, and I appreciate seeing my chat with Nothing But Green, and I've seen people where they kind of post people are buying memberships for people on certain pages. Man, I love it. It's awesome. Sporadics. I actually got gifted a membership of Sporadics. So now I'm an official Sporadics member. Go join my guy, Chris. I think he's 70 away from 3,000. Now our goal is to get to 3,000. We are, I think, about 970 away from 3,000. But once we get to 3,000, we'll give away $300, a couple memberships as well. And I'm about to join a group to where, again, we're going to start giving them, like once football season starts, we'll have ticket giveaways. I'll put it like this. Once we get to 3,000 members, to make it happen faster, if you're a Florida State fan, I may be able to get Jag stuff, but it'd probably be per game tickets for Jags because that ticket's a little hot right now. But once we get to 3,000 members, I will give away for the entire Florida State football season. I will give away tickets, a season ticket package to one of you guys. So you'll have, and I don't want you to go alone. So actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that for that. That's too little. Once we get to 4,000, I will give away a season ticket package, but for two. So you don't have to go to the game by yourself. So they're on the FSU sideline, right next to right where the team runs in at, right in the end zone. So you'll be able to get a good view of the game. They're damn near right there. So it's good seats, good crew of people that are there. And if we don't get to 4,000, then I'll give those away to members. Also, remember, members have access to the team hotel and the team rate for hotel. So I think I have 3 hotel rooms that I have for every game. I'm not paying those for you, but you have access to. Yeah, we need to talk about that's how we're gonna open it up. You have access to that. So like I think it's like $370 or something like that. That sounds like a lot of money, trust me. But that's so funny that they had the little prison thing open up. But you have access to buying that Tallahassee, and if you want it for FAMU games, you can have it for FAMU games too. But trust me, you're not going to find a $370 hotel room in Tallahassee during a football game weekend. You have a better chance of what just happened to Florida State. Getting Destin Hill. Destin Hill has been a mythical creature in Florida State lore since 2021. He was Mike Norvell's prize recruit. That's how Florida State fans are looking at. What kind of nuggets are those? Kentucky Fried Chicken got nuggets now? That's what Florida State fans right now, how they're looking at Destin Hill right now. But he's here. I don't know what happened to him. I don't care. I like sometimes the nicknames are better. Who is that? G Ross? Or is that David? I don't know who is.
Importance of takeaways, the emphasis on that. I guess how did you see that kind of manifest itself this spring?
I think it went pretty well. That's something that I wanted to get accomplished this spring. And as you see, guys were going after the ball, punching the ball out.
Oh, that's Pat. My bad. That's Pat. Okay. All right. I'm about to say that's not a coach I recognize. That's Coach. I'm doing deductive reason. I know that's not Randy Shannon. It's got to be Coach Surtain, but that has nothing to do with Destin Hill. Destin Hill is a wide receiver from out of Louisiana that for whatever reason wasn't able to enroll at Florida State with the rest of his 2021 class. If you look at how many guys are actually left from the 2021 class, Destin Hill is one of the few, and he's just got here. So congratulations to him. Very dynamic wide receiver. I guess he has 4 years of eligibility. I don't know how this works since he hasn't been on the college campus. When I tell you, he went from being on social media in 2021 to completely disappearing from social media. Like not a mom didn't post, nobody posted. It's only 2 types of people that do this. People who do a bid, or people who are abducted by aliens. Either way, if the aliens returned them, we appreciate it. And if you did time in Angola, hey man, all is forgiven. America was started by people who did prison bids. It came and they had the choice to come over here or serve time. I love it. America loves a winner. You come out here, do your thing, man. You're welcome. Welcome to Florida State. Because all it is speculation. Nobody knows why he didn't come. And what did he do for 2 years? Nobody knows what he did. All I know is for the last 2 years, it's been Destin Hill. This time last year, everybody just knew Destin Hill was coming to Florida State. And even I got a call from a reliable source that Destin Hill was coming to Florida State. and he didn't come. And so you know what I said after that? Fuck that. If the kid shows up, so when they started the rumors again, like in January, February, hey man, if the bitch shows up, he shows up, man. I hope he does. But anyways, going back to sticking to some of the Florida State stuff off the field, and we'll talk about a bunch of other things because the Jags schedule got released. But go up to Special K. One of my favorite, not that one. Well, we could, this one. One of my favorite things is sometimes we got some really good parents, right? And a mom that's really come in and she follows and retweets some stuff is Jaheim Bell's mom. Now, Jaheim Bell's a part of Domo, and I'm a Domo guy. And Jaheim Bell has been doing a camp for the last few years, and I've been proud of him for doing it back home in Valdosta, Georgia. But now it's even better now that he's doing it at Florida State. So I want to, we see the little kids and the jits, they got the Florida State brand lettering it on. Stand on business is his phrase. We got to get him a little bit better with his speaking, but that happens. Trust me. A lot of y'all pick on my dialect now, but I was way worse at 17, 18. What you're getting right now is a guy who's been around white people doing business deals a little bit more than what he used to. So I know he's going to get better. But what I truly love is impact. It's what I live for. Even though I think the last thing the hood needs is another football camp or just football camps. But this is keeping kids active. This is giving kids in his hometown the hopes and the aspirations to go be a collegiate football player somewhere. And if we would broadcast these kids getting on social media, driving the fast cars, talking trash, we need to give them props for spending their time to give back to the local Jits. I love it. We can play. It's only a minute 23, so we can play a little bit of it.
It feels good to be back in the stadium. I made so many plays in here. Bring it up. Let's go, hurry up, let's go. But we finna go position, boo.
It's cool too.
Beat on three.
Currently at Florida State,
because everything that I did here is what set me up to be where I'm at today. Appreciate all y'all parents. I have a ton of athletes with me. A couple standout guys. I just appreciate them guys just for coming out today and helping me do this. Because when I was little, I never had the chance to be around star athletes. So that's why I wanted to pour into these young kids today. I sat down with my mom one day and told her it's the move. We got to come back. I got to come back. When I go to college, I got to come back and pour in and give back to the community because it's big. Just seeing everybody out here
talking about his mom. Mama raised you right, bro. You just thought, hold on, go back real quick. I want you to see my guy. I didn't know my guy right there. That's T. Lee right there. Yeah, scroll back. Yeah, this guy right here. That's my boy T. Lee, one of the leaders of the Domo brand. Funny story about T. Lee. On this day, last year, T. Lee was on my porch smoking a cigar. But no, he wasn't smoking a cigar. He drinks vodka. So we didn't have, we don't have juice in the house, Miles. So, but we got juicy juice. So my man drank some Tito's and juicy juice. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's actually a pretty damn good combination, man. And that's when somebody got us jammed up here. Because our liquor license had to get redone. That's not fun getting jammed up by alcohol, beer, and tobacco, by the way. Somebody's got to go to jail. And luckily that night nobody did, but we did have to shut down for a few days, and we it's actually 2 weeks, but we used the nonprofits to do 2 3-day liquor passes. So we used it here, and the MFTK Foundation was able to get a little bit more money because of that, and that's how we were able to give a lot of book back. So this is what I want to tell haters: when you fuck with us, it just turns around and just makes us look better. Stop it. Anybody who got bad stuff to say, there are some people who have a genuine reason to think that I'm a shitty person. I have given them that reason. They're an enemy. I'm a terrible enemy. I'm a great friend. But the part is hard to shit on a man who gives out 3,600 book bags to kids in the hood and feeds them. I'm just telling you, it just never works out for you. But that's why, and that's what I want these young men to realize. When you do stuff like this, it's hard for people to find bad things about you. So that's one thing. And then now another one that's similar to this coming up May 21st. So not this weekend, next weekend. It's the link. Is Nephew that I talk about him all the time. Right there, right under that one. So I want to go down right there. Nephew and his dad, again, great parents with Florida State. this is very few people in this in the world, especially that aren't super like famous superstars, that I want to emulate. Rob DeLoach is a man that I want to emulate. Let me tell you why. Rob got 3 D1 athletes that he produced are awesome. All-American track athlete that was at Ohio State. Kalen DeLoach, who will probably be one of the top 32 football players in the NCAA right now. Probably going to be at least, if not a first day, a second day draft pick. And then he's got a son in Jalen DeLoach, who just transferred to the University of Georgia. He was at VCU, transferred there. It was a 5-star transfer. Probably we're going to be hearing about him in the NBA, at least on the G League level. But what he doesn't, again, same concept as what I want to say Jaheim Bell's name, right? I think, is it Veld? No, Velda Bell is somebody else. But anyways, Jaheim Bell's mom taught him to do that. Rob DeLoach is teaching his sons to give back. He has a company called The Factory. I've actually given him some advice on training because when I used to have my gyms, I've trained Kalen before he went to Florida State, saw him, gave him that good vote of approval. And they're doing a youth camp. I think this is like the 5th annual version of their camp that they're doing in Savannah. Free. Go sign up. Go register. I'm trying to look at what my schedule is. And if I could drive Trey up there for those 2 hours to go up there and just participate, rip and run with those guys, we're going to get after it a little bit because I know my son's like in camps. But again, another person. But one thing we always say in business, attitude reflects leadership. And there's some things that have been going over in Mississippi. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We have some stuff going on in Mississippi. We got a big Mississippi contingent. Actually, just go ahead and show the guy with the check. We got the Mississippi contingent, and that's you got Fabian Lovett is leading it. But he's leading it through the Keep Climbing Family Foundation. And what I mean by attitude reflects leadership is Mike Norvell is intense on the field, off the field, and he's about giving back. That's why I love my son going to the Mike Norvell football camp, which he will go to on Juneteenth. And then he's also empowering his players. He also empowers former players. Mike Norvell sponsored, I believe it was 125 players on the football team. He sponsored 125 book bags. That was 1 book bag for each member of the football team through the Keep Climbing Family Foundation. They're doing NIL deals for young men and women at Florida State to want to give back to their respective communities. It's a great job. It's easy to do stuff when you have proper people in your life leading you. Kudos to Coach Norvell for that. Kudos to these young men for doing it, because even with this battery behind you, you can still choose to not do it, man. It is other shit that they could be doing with their spare time. And when these guys are doing this, I want to make sure that they're getting their propers for it. All right. Moving on to enough of the off-field stuff. But we're going to talk about some things that I've been right about. Now, what I was wrong about is I didn't know who was eating it. They do have some delicious food. There are some things at Arby's that I think you should mess with. Miles put me on to, I think it was the double beef and cheddar. And then my boy Blake put me on the red ranch. Put a little bit of red ranch on the double beef and cheddar, and that's some good eating. I don't really care for their French fries, but they got some kind of thing that reminds me of a hash brown, and the jalapeno poppers are popping. Especially now when they're cold, they taste disgusting. But a hot jalapeno popper is great. And I forgot what drink I got, but the drink was good. But I've always wondered how Arby's stay open, because no matter how I feel about them, there's still nobody there. And I'll go there now when I'm hungry and I need something quick. I can just go online. There's nobody that I got to wait for. How do they stay open that way? Well, now I know. It's what I've been telling you guys before. They launder money. They're a front for but again, they're Switzerland, because I believe they clean money for the KKK and neo-Nazi groups and the Bloods and the Crips. All the black gangs and the Vatos, MS-13, all those different things. And this is why I really believe this. So, Miles, if you could play that, it was a dead body found inside the freezer of an Arby's restaurant in Louisiana. they need to check all Arby's. I want to know what these people, what the news had to say about it, because I just read the headline. Or is it just the?
I don't know what's going on, but y'all might want to check it, y'all people at Arby's. Right here on Amador.
Oh, so somebody just showed.
They got this bitch wrapped up.
All right, so
Yeah, we being nosy because we passed right by it.
currently, a number of law enforcement and other agencies are on the scene after a dead body was discovered and have been found inside of a freezer at Arby's. The restaurant has been closed and police are investigating the incident. I'm telling you, that's only like that ain't an accident. Like they knew that they had this Arby's owner on the hook for cleaning money and they needed to hide the body. And that's what happened. It's true. A lot of weird stuff happens in Louisiana. Isn't that where the TV show True Blood was filmed out of? Even if it wasn't, I've lived in Louisiana. I know a lot goes down. Louisiana is a mystical place. I think I've told you guys the story of my first time on Bourbon Street. I went back there for the bowl game. We'll talk about me going back to New Orleans again this year because we played Thursday night football there. I will not venture down Bourbon Street too far. It gets very fucking weird after a certain point. But we know what that is. I had an experience today. Speaking of Louisiana, Popeyes is a great restaurant. Everybody talks about how the most murderous food item in America is a dry Popeyes biscuit. And people want to like pick on Popeyes for their biscuits, and they are dry. But have you had a Hardee's biscuit? Oh, I had a Hardee's biscuit this morning, man. It was a struggle. It was a struggle, man. And really, like, don't even need to put that one up there. I'm just letting y'all know it's a struggle. You gotta have it. And what the fucked up part about Hardee's is, this is 3 times I've gone. Now they got a good, like a Frisco breakfast sandwich, just real good. Just remind me of a hood breakfast sandwich. Just regular toast bread that you can like, with some butter on it. And they got a slice of ham, fried egg, and some cheese. Delicious. But they don't never give you no jelly. They don't ever give you, and then they also have the best French. I don't like French toast, but I like their French toast sticks. And how you get somebody French toast sticks with no damn syrup? I have to ask them for syrup. So if I didn't go back and beg this man for some strawberry jam, I might have died. The biscuit was that goddamn dry. Because even with the strawberry jam, it was a chicken biscuit. I needed to drink some water, like a good gulp of water to make sure that it got washed down. Hardee's biscuits are some of the driest biscuits in America. And they try to make it better by saying they're home style, but that doesn't make it not dry. They need to put another egg or some more oil. I'm saying this, I have no idea how biscuits are made from scratch. But I will say this, I'm going to teach my sons this. If you find a woman that can make biscuits from scratch, son, that's a good woman. Especially in this climate where women can't cook. But, and I'm going, before we get into the sports, because there's a lot of things that happen, I want people to know this. I've always said this. I like women. Big, small, short, tall. Pretty woman, a lot of times I'll even preface it. Man, that's a pretty big bitch. Not pretty big, but like that's a pretty, she's got a good face. And you know who a pretty big bitch is? Lizzo. I know a lot of people don't like Lizzo and a lot of people are disgusted by Lizzo. I'm not one of those. I'm curious as hell about Lizzo. Lizzo, just her confidence and she's pretty. But what I don't like is how this new culture of women just lying. Your filters and all these other different things. Yeah. And baby, you don't be bashful, Lizzo. I would tell Lizzo, if me and Lizzo were dating, I would say, baby, come on, baby. I know you like that wing. Don't eat the chicken pretty around me, baby. You get the grease on them lips. Lizzo has this thing, and I think this is old because she's a little more svelte now than she is in this. But Lizzo's also, I want people to realize, I think Lizzo's like 5'11", 6 foot. So she's not a small, like a short woman either. Really? She's big, but she's like, it's a little more proportion. So Lizzo get down, Lizzo get to 220, and Lizzo might be the baddest bitch in the industry if she get down to that. I think she had like 265 right now or something like that. She been working. Her Twitter name used to be Lizzo B. Eaton. So if you want me to believe this, Lizzo, this is the equivalent of when a girl comes to you and says, this is I don't usually do this. This is my first time. And then she becomes a deviant, a sexual deviant. Lizzo is an Oreo sexual deviant. Listen to what this bitch had to say about Oreos. Like, we gonna believe this shit. And then I want us to play the Pilgrim's reaction because that's all of our reaction after this.
So they say the best way is you're supposed to dunk it. So I'm just gonna dunk it for a little bit.
This woman is so full of fucking shit. Does anybody believe that this is the first time that Lizzo has dunked Oreo cookies into fucking milk? For real?
So they say the best way is you're supposed to
I don't know
dunk
why
it.
he's
So
that
I'm just
angry.
gonna dunk it for a little bit.
But come on, baby. Like, this ain't the. You're being cute with the. First off, why are you being cute drinking milk out of a mason jar? That lets me know you got a little ratchet in your country. And nobody dunks a singular Oreo. That's only in the commercials. Girl, if you don't get your fat ass over there and get you 2 double stuffed Oreos and dunk them like a normal human being, I know something. Women, it's 2023. It's time to start being honest. We know y'all fucking eat, man. It's only one thing we don't want y'all to be honest about quite yet is, I don't know if the bathroom thing, we all ready for that yet. Just chill out on that. But we know you eat. We know you do all this other stuff, especially if you got a little pounds on you. Baby, we are here already. We know you fat. We ain't got no problems with that. Just lift that thing up and let us get going. That's where the good stuff is at. But I've also seen Lizzo with a lollipop and an ice cream, and not ice cream cone, a popsicle. I'm telling you, as a man, it's curious. So, speaking of curiosity, people are already ready for football season. College football playoff numbers have been released. Some of your favorite teams are on this. Some of your favorite teams are absent. But I forgot which group did it. But let's go to the college football. Draft. K for drafting. Kelly Ford ratings put out his college football playoff top contenders. At number 1, with 63%, basically saying that guaranteed, is your Georgia Bulldogs, as my boy Chris Porter says. At number 2, the Ohio State Buckeyes. At number 3, Alabama Crimson Tide with 39%. Number 4, Michigan with 33%. Number 5, USC at 25%. Number 6, Clemson at 23%. Number 7, the Oklahoma Sooners at 19%. At number 8, which I have no clue why, Texas Longhorns at 17%. Number 9, Boy Lover University. Sorry, Miles. Penn State University. I was talking to my DBs who are committed there, and I was joking with them, and they got upset with me about it. I said, one time is an accident. But why do they keep figuring out how to have some male screaming rape over at Penn State? That is becoming a trend. That's a trend after 2. So we gotta. Hey, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going. It's not a lot of stuff to do at Happy Valley. And then the name Happy Valley. If somebody wrote a book in 100 years and said that there was a string of rapes going on with men being molested in Happy Valley, nobody would probably be like, "Oh, Happy Valley." That's all we needed to know. They don't even have to know about Penn State, but whatever. LSU at 10 with 16%. Oregon at 11 with 16%. Florida State at 12 with 10%. We have top 15 odds of going in there. Now, ironically, 2 of the teams in front of us, we beat. And one of the teams in front of us did not, I don't even know if they made a bowl game last year. It's interesting, but, Clemson being there, because if they believe that Clemson will win the ACC, they should have a higher percentage. And I think it's in North Carolina at 19, they have a 4% chance of winning going to the college football playoff. When you have a top quarterback, that's something that you should have there. But everybody's believing in Florida State right now, having a really, really good season. Drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm all for it. Please continue to drink the Kool-Aid. Let's keep rolling. Love it. Want my university to be good. Because if my university is good, it's going to create issue. Also, I keep forgetting, we're at 14 likes right now. We got 25 people viewing. If we get to over 50 likes on the show, we will give away a membership at the end of the show. So go ahead and keep pushing that like button. Let's grow the membership channel. Each show that we get over 50 likes, we'll give away a free membership. So just letting people know that. So even some of you people with multiple YouTube channels, yeah, this is the time this is your time to shine. Make some friends. Now who's not in that list is the University of Florida. And I just wanted to point this out. The University of Florida has some really wild shit going on. They currently have 8 tight ends on scholarship. That is a lot. Like typically teams play 1 tight end, and a lot of teams are running the spread now. So they don't even have a tight end on the field. They have 8 scholarship tight ends. That is a lot of resources allocated to one position when you don't even have one that's any good. It's a bunch of mid. So I just wanted people to realize and recognize that this is how to not have at least a 4% chance of making the college football playoff by having 8 scholarship tight ends and still being active in the transfer portal. But everybody likes Billy, and for whatever reason, and I love Billy too. Hold on. Somebody put, I must love Chick-fil-A. They must not know I call it stepped on chicken. Very overpriced. That's, you know what? Somebody posted something talking about Starbucks is overpriced coffee. And I said like the Starbucks is way too overpriced and you can make better coffee at home. And what I told them is like you can literally say that about every fast food restaurant. Yeah. Like I can make a better burger at home than I can at McDonald's. Almost any fast food restaurant. Most restaurants, I think I like my burger better. I can make a better fried chicken sandwich than Chick-fil-A. I'm trying to think who has the best. Like it's just a lot. I can make better. I know people who make better fried chicken than Popeyes. My son's godfather told in Shannon Cheeseboro make better ribs than they damn sure make better barbecue than fucking Bono's and Sonny's. No offense to them, but they don't make it better in mass, and I can't get it as quick as Bono's and Sonny. And they're not bad. It's just there. So like yeah. Now I will say I have yet to. I love my mother's peach sweet tea, no pineapple sweet tea, but I've yet to find somebody who makes lemonade better. Like you can't just say somebody got better lemonade than Chick-fil-A, because that'd be a fucking lie. Like you come up and say my mama make the best. My mama lemonade better. Bitch, show me now. Like that ain't no like 3 day. Like you got to you better stand on business. Like your name Jaheim Bell if you say that. But anyways, not to get detracted. Florida sucks. But yesterday is if you were for half the population, it's like weird being in a world where I cover college and NFL, because there are people who only watch college, who believe college football is the greatest thing ever. How you doing? And I'm with you. I love college football. Then there's like, I think those are Democrats. We'll call y'all liberals. The liberals like college football. Then the conservatives, there's nothing better than just a good old-fashioned 9-6 victory of the Bills over the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's in the snow. It's nothing better than that. They just love their NFL. Like they will not watch the college game. They'll use every excuse of why the college game is inferior. You know, this NIL is why I watch the NFL. You know, this, that, like, but they love it. So, but the one thing I will say the NFL has done a really good job of is captivating the attention of their fan base year round. So we watch games, even the fucking preseason starts to end of July. They have done a good job of making the preseason kind of like you're just, okay, this is football light. Like anything that's close to the NFL, we will enjoy. But then you watch the true season from September to February when the Super Bowl is over. Then you're like, oh, what am I going to do? There's no football left. But they have figured out a way to make the offseason so fucking exciting. Better than any other sport. I spent an entire week in Indianapolis. It got tons of like there are shorts from my content in Indianapolis that are now making money because y'all found out about this white boy that ran really fast. And people are talking about that. And then after that, they talk about there is a pro day every day up until the NFL draft. So you figured out how to make March and April profitable by just talking about projections of what the teams will look like. And still talking football, you can still do entire shows, entire networks dedicated to it. They have figured out how to make this thing important. Then there's the NFL draft. Every sport has a draft. Has any of you guys, did you know the WNBA just had a draft not too long ago? Probably didn't. Did you know that the NBA is about to have a combine coming up recently in a few days? Yeah, see? But you know about the NFL. Like the only thing that people watch about the NBA draft is the lottery because it looks like the lottery. They do the little balls and then they pop up and all that shit. But nobody really gives a fuck about that. But the NFL draft, they do. Now they're talking about mini camps. They have even made it to where they have a full TV show. All 32 teams do an NFL edit for their fucking schedules. And yesterday at 8 p.m., the NFL announced the official schedule releases of that. And so while we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, I want to talk about, before we get into that, our divisional opponents. And then I have to make sure I delete that. Do you know who Janelle Monáe is, Miles?
Yeah.
Now, I found it odd that she used to dress like like she was a middle 18th century person. Like then she decided to just show titties all day.
Oh, really?
Oh, she's got a whole video talking about now she's bisexual with the at minimum, but she is quite built. Like she should not have. I think it's been like she's gonna sell a lot more albums. I can tell you that much. I have no idea who she was before that. Like that. I mean, I knew who she was, but I couldn't name you one song. I know about Lipstick Alley or whatever the heck that song name is now. But my point is the Colts, and you know who they got on the pick. Like you see it. That why you don't have 15 though?
Oh. Okay. There we go.
I need him to have 15. AR, we need you to have 15. But the Colts play the Jags week 1. They play Houston week 2, at Houston, at Baltimore. They host the Rams. They host Tennessee, at Jax on the 15th. They play Cleveland. They play New Orleans. They're at home. They're at Carolina. They're at New England. They play Tampa Bay at home, at Tennessee, at Cincinnati, at Pitt, at the Falcons, at the Raiders. Versus the Raiders, versus Houston. I wouldn't want to be a team. If my team plays the Raiders, I'd be really mad if like we played them at home. Like we got to play you in Vegas. I think Vegas should be the only team that has 17 home games. But this is cool, and they have their graphics with Anthony and some other people. But what each of these teams did was if you go to the next one, Miles, they released a video. And you can go watch these in full on their own time, but everybody did their own creative thing. The Colts ate the schedule. So go ahead, push play. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but we'll watch some of it. And it's just kind of.
And I invited my guy Buck with me to eat through the schedule.
And how they get.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna call. Like Emerald Lagasse.
Action. There we go. Bring out week 1.
Bring it in, baby. Oh yeah.
Is it chicken?
What is this? Like some hot chicken?
It's not chicken.
Not chicken?
Oh, it ain't chicken. What is it? It kind of tastes like a gator tail, though. So we might be playing in Florida.
Florida?
We got Jacksonville.
Lock in, DeForest. Lock in.
So you don't know nothing about that gator.
I like.
No,
I think that was.
Kind of tastes like chicken.
Mm-hmm. No, not really. It tastes like gator.
Kind of tastes like chicken.
Tastes like Gator when he was guessing chicken at first. What we got? Ooh,
I want to eat this.
big old steak.
Everything big in Texas. I think there might be a Texas.
Houston,
Yeah.
Houston. Hey,
Yeah.
Cole.
It's like, all right, so one guy to the left
Mm-hmm.
on our view,
Oh yeah,
the one that talked
Chef Patrick.
the other one.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell his fate that they're giving him the answer.
Ooh, this ain't really a surprise right here. Them trying to jump out the plate already.
Now, before I get into why,
Crab,
I need
Baltimore.
my pilgrim contingent
Okay.
to help me with this. Why is y'all seafood, y'all crabs never seasoned? The crabs are not supposed to look like that, man. Like there ain't a hint of Old Bay in that. And I've been to like what's that? The crab house or crab shack or something like that on the beach. And I was so offended when they gave me my crab boil. It's like they boiled the crabs and just sprinkled some Old Bay on top. No, you season the water and you put them in there and you let that. What happens is the seasonings get into the inside the shell and they season the meat. That's what I'm saying. Like that's not. You give me that, I'm angry. That doesn't appeal to me. All right, I just needed to have some questions on that.
Crab, Baltimore.
Okay.
I just see
I
that.
really don't know how to open these crab legs though.
My man doesn't know how to open crabs.
I'm gonna just wait. Now. I'll just wait.
I never ate it like this.
Yeah, this is
Give
right.
me a little. Well, I just. All right, cool.
No, I don't think it go like that.
You really don't need a hammer.
Nobody gave me this little mini hammer.
You need to.
Come on.
Yeah.
The pecan crab.
No, I gotta get a good piece.
Yeah, right there. That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, I ain't no crab leg guy, man. Tell me what, man. I'll be ready to eat. I can't even get the meat. I said eat through the schedule. It might be a little messy though.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Essence of water. Hmm. So whatever this place is, they don't eat.
watch the game.
I'm telling you.
Might be vegans, man.
But LA.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Man, like you.
Well, they can have this
Exactly.
latte.
Yeah.
They get leaves with water.
You wasn't even trying to put it like. We'll give them a couple. We'll give them. This one I was
Some
confused.
biscuits.
They got to be like a
Another reason why I know that.
team down south, I think.
Biscuits and syrup. Tennessee.
There we go.
What is
There we
about
go.
Tennessee? Is
Oh, should have had a little whiskey,
I not know.
moonshine.
If you put Nashville hot chicken on there,
I take it over the top, huh?
I don't whiskey. I get
Mhm.
it. But then here's the other thing, man.
Okay. Look like some
Is it
shrimp.
shrimp or is it something else?
It's shrimp.
Nah,
Fried shrimp.
I say this though.
Jacksonville.
Stop this mouth, especially if you're hungry. The way they just bit into that shrimp,
That's good.
how crunchy it was, it made me want.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, but so that's the Titans one. Not really feeling it. I mean, it was actually not. Let me rephrase that. It wasn't bad. The next one would make you like them, like that one even more. But oh no, it won't. The next one is the best one, if I'm being honest, or one of the best ones. I think the Jags was the best, but this one.
Is that?
This one we can roll within its entirety and go through their schedule, go through the Tennessee Titans schedule. They went to ask random people what the logos were, and this shit is hilarious. I ain't even gonna lie.
St. Louis Rams.
Oh.
Lightning McQueen.
No. Oh, that's just the football logo.
The Boston Bobcats. No idea.
Cowboys, yeah. Baltimore Orioles.
This one is the Red Stallions.
49 to 69ers.
No.
It's a Pirates from the islands of the Caribbean.
Chester Cheeto.
Tigers, North Carolina Tigers.
Texas. That's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys. Texas. Got that.
Atlanta,
That's it.
Florida.
Florida Dolphins.
Oh, Texans. Eagles. Pittsburgh. Who's that? Bulls? Who? Patriots? That's the Patriots logo. That it actually does not exist. That is Nashville, Tennessee.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee
Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Wait, good job. Yeah. Awesome.
So they knew who the local team was. They just didn't know. They didn't know everybody else. So it's like that was great with the Tennessee Titans. I think that was great. I love when people go get like Bobby, my boy Bobby Brown. He needs to say that he is the real Bobby Brown's son. He goes around and does like live reactions at Jags games and stuff like that. I think those are pure. It's when you're not getting your ass whooped, like when it's consent, because you realize how stupid people are. And like some of the best political comedy comes from when they go to like the rallies. It doesn't matter who it is. You can be on either side of it. And they ask simple questions and the people have no idea why they feel the way they feel. But we just went through all of that. Theirs was actually good enough and short enough to go through. Here is the worst of the AFC South things, but it does embody what Houston is. But we don't care what Houston is. Like it embodied Houston in the early 2000s with Paul Wall when you could get good lean for cheap. But now they stopped making it, so it's very expensive. Or stopped making some of the versions. You can't even get codeine in it. So it doesn't even make sense. But let's just play this and see what.
Let me show you what it do. Yeah, I'm right. Right around in the south. The zone's going down. Yeah, I'm right.
I'm a bad dog, scratching at your door.
Hey, what's up?
You have to be held accountable. Wait a minute, hold up. Those New Orleans. Yeah, never mind. Forget. Everybody likes New Orleans chicks, especially with the accent. I think that's what it is. I think it's just why did we choose to? Why? Had to pick the blackest, one of the blackest cities. That's funny. I can't wait. But so let's get in and we'll get to a little bit of the that's the Texans schedule, blah blah blah. You can post up a little quick graphic so no Texans fan can say that they now let's get to what we're all really here for. And that would be the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we ain't gonna play the whole thing. You can probably so they're playing off of what went viral with the NFL saying, well, I forgot which podcast they were saying, but like, did you get your script? Like the NFL is scripted. And so they interviewed the head writer for season 28 to present about the Jacksonville Jaguars season. And it's awesome. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Actually, you long. I don't want to watch.
He couldn't write a crazier script.
Week 1, you'll do this. Week 2, you're gonna have hamstring injury. And this referee's gonna miss this call.
What an incredible season. You couldn't write this stuff.
Comes back into the building, unrecognizable, thick British accent. Like, hello, everybody. Did you miss me? Beans and toast.
Green Bay locked Aaron Rodgers in a dark room for a month. Let's get creative. But if you think it's hard on the writers, think about the actors playing the players. You spend years becoming a fine-tuned athlete, only to get drafted and have to learn how to act. It's not about winning. It's about putting on a show. Football is easy. Acting is hard. It's not a threat, but anybody can be written out.
But you drafted me here.
You get drafted. Football may have gotten you here, but acting will keep you here. There's no more difficult transition in sports than going from playing football in college to pretending to play football in the NFL.
I came here to play football.
Hey, there's no I in team, and theater is a team sport.
And there's no I in theater.
See, he gets it.
But I'm a football player.
It's good. Stay in character.
That's it right there.
Hey, Zay.
This part.
How you doing? You okay?
Trying to figure out, like, if I'm playing Zay Jones, who am I? I don't even know anymore.
Trevor, very hard time with the transition. Okay, yes, you're actually Trevor Lawrence, but now that you're in the NFL, you are an actor named Trevor Lawrence who was playing a character that I'm writing called Trevor Lawrence. Couldn't be clearer. You got it. Proud of you. If Trevor doesn't play ball, I just bring in his stunt double.
Hi, I'm Trevor Lawrence's stunt double.
On TV, no one can tell the difference.
That was me. That was
Like
me.
all the bad play.
That was me too.
Cool athletic
To
look.
help them
That
develop
was,
their characters,
Fabio,
we're
we call it,
constantly
acting.
working with the guys. Vocal warm-ups, physical theater, shake out the left hook, improv exercises, connect to your inner Jaguar. Even history. You know what they called an actor in Shakespeare's day? A player. Sometimes these guys just need encouragement. It means a lot to me to be able to work with you. That's why I gave you the 4th and 2 against the Colts.
You gave me the overtime catch
And the 2-point conversion
against the Ravens. Dude.
You're my guy, but
That
don't
was
tell
sweet.
anyone, okay?
No,
I'm not supposed to have favorites.
guys are super insecure too.
Actors. Let's rehearse some reactions, okay? Reactions? You throw the ball 60 yards down the field. Kirk has it, but he bobbles it. No, it's a touchdown. Okay, it's kind of subtle.
That's kind of
All right, before we take a break, let's review some blocking. Agnew, it's blocking rehearsal. Hit your mark right there.
I did it again, y'all. You good, Tyson?
Tyson, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just acting.
Every leg cramp is rehearsed.
Injury. Anyways, man, you go ahead. You got to go
touchdown
check out on your own time. The Jaguars have a 10-minute masterpiece. Like, it's actually really, really good.
The writers are on strike.
No, the real writers are on strike. Like, but this is like somebody from the Jaguars creative control. This is what people would. I don't want to say this because I think this might be insensitive. I want you to get paid. I'm a capitalist. Get as much money as you can. That being said, guys, you going on strike is doing nothing but helping streaming services. Because people like Big John and them, all you're going to do is make more people watch their shows.
Right.
Because they're not a part of your actors union. And their stuff is already better than your stuff anyway. Because most of the stuff has been canon, and then like you're not giving us anything raw and authentic. This is just their own. Every NFL team has their own social media team. So their own guys come up with writing and come up with stuff to try to keep people entertained. You're just gonna push more people to sports. Sports ain't going nowhere no time soon. I'm sorry. Last time you went on strike, you lost a lot of people from television. And Netflix don't need to employ people like that. But with the Jaguars, week 1, we're playing the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to go with a victory. Before we get into it, so the first 5 games of the Jacksonville Jaguars season, they're playing a below 500 team in the division, a below 500 team in the division, a below 500 team just in general in life, a very competitive team, well, 2 very competitive teams, and one of the below average teams in the division, they play twice. You could legitimately come out of the first 6 weeks of the season 3-2, going into a week 7 matchup on Thursday Night Football with the New Orleans Saints, who don't have a quarterback. So rookie quarterback, GOAT of our generation quarterback, rookie quarterback, ass quarterback, top 10 quarterback, rookie quarterback, new quarterback. If you can't come out like with 4-2 in that stretch, man, you're struggling. Then you play the Steelers, good team, but it's still a quarterback that's not established. You play them, in Pittsburgh. Ooh, I don't think we played Pittsburgh that week. I don't think Florida State plays Pitt. But then week 10, you play the San Francisco 49ers. We have no idea who their quarterback is. Then you play the Tennessee Titans, who more than likely will either have an ass quarterback or a rookie quarterback. The Texans, rookie quarterback. Bengals, top 10 quarterback. Browns, we don't know what that nut-ass bull freak doing yet. So it just depends on how Deshaun Watson comes back and if he's been getting his massages. Then you play a top 10 quarterback in Lamar Jackson. You play a rookie or a brand new quarterback in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, week 16. Because Tom hasn't said he's coming back here, right? He's still retired as of now, right? Yeah. Okay. Week 17, rookie quarterback. New Year's Eve, in the Bangum. We're gonna scare him a little bit. And then when you play the Tennessee Titans, again, rookie quarterback. So in this, I'm not a Jag homer, but I'm telling you, it's hard not to be excited, because what I always tell people, it's not about the talent on your roster as much as it is about the talent on your roster up against your schedule. Yeah, the matchups. It's in this schedule, or the matchups this season are favorable to you if everybody plays to the ability that they had last year. You only have the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Bills, who you've actually had great success with. You've actually played the Chiefs very well. I believe did we beat the Ravens? I don't remember think they had Lamar though. But still, I'll give you the Chiefs, the Bills, the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Ravens. And I would say the Browns, but I just don't know right now, because Deshaun played bad when he got in, but he was suspended most of the year. But let's just say you have 6 games. We'll say 6 games that are questionable. And let's just say that gives us 6 losses, right? That means you're 11-6. That means you probably win your division and you host another home playoff game. Ooh. Back-to-back playoffs in Jacksonville? Whoa. Matter of fact, what makes the Bills game great is you play them in London, which is basically a home game. But they have to travel to London. You're already there. So you're already acclimated to the city. Now, there's other things that may be, but you're a professional, so I assume you wouldn't be one of those, I want to go home at that point. But you might be homesick. But like, hell, to be honest with you, you make enough money that if you're gone for 2 weeks, you can bring the fam over there for 10 days, bro. Right. Just bring them on over there. Then you got the comforts of home. It's people like me who are trying to figure out what the fuck we're going to do. Man, because bruh. London? Yeah, dog, I saw London. I need more members. I need some streaming. I need something. I'm talking about for a hotel, like a Courtyard Marriott is $400 a night. I'm not staying at that. But the ones that I want, for a room, it's $600. To put it in perspective, Thursday night, New Orleans, I can go there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I can stay in an upper level suite at the Marriott on Canal Street for what I pay for one night in London at a regular ass hotel. That's right. New York is fucking overpriced too. I thought about taking the fam up there for you get like a quick, you fly up one day early, do all the sites, do sites again, fly back that night. And then I looked at how much the hotel room cost and I said, no. It's New York. I don't like New York like that. It's dirty. But the season is like, damn, this is crazy. You could talk about the NFL. This is good to know that I can talk about the NFL this much. So we'll have an NFL show in the fall. But like for the first time in forever, like you can literally, as a Jag fan, you could be excited. And if they win, if they come back in that first 6 games, 4-2, I believe they'll win more games because that stadium is going to be. If the Jags, as me and Denny used to always say, all they care about is playing meaningful games in November. And after you play meaningful games in November, we just want to play meaningful games in December. Because if you're doing that, you're doing that good. You see how? Look at how she's away.
Mustard on it.
On the Oreo. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. What we're talking about is Miles is trying to make the edit for the thumbnail, and you know how I said just be fat, baby. If you're fat, there's limitations. There are limitations to that. Just we ain't putting mustard on Oreos. I'm gonna title this last segment. Well, a couple things, and the last part will be funny. But what these bitches want is a famous song from DMX. Well, yeah, with Cisco. And I'm just saying, some of y'all have lost your fucking mind. So if you click on the first one, there is this enhanced lady who is saying women love to talk about what they require from men. It's getting old. It's some of y'all like, I'm like, man, y'all really get kudos for y'all getting people to do this shit because it couldn't be me. When I talk about this is the mid gonna sell. One of them things about America, mid always sells. And this is some mid right here. Is she saying she is requiring men to submit a 500-word essay to just date her? Do not waste my time. Not wasting your time is reading a fucking essay about a guy who just wants to get between your legs for a little bit. Because that's really, if we being honest, I mean, it grows into more than that. But like, God, it's a lie. If I just said, I just saw you and I just thought, very deep. And I just realized, I felt there was a connection. A connection to what? You don't know who this person is. You don't even know their middle name. You don't know that, you couldn't identify some of these people in a lineup. What you saw, you were intrigued from a sexual perspective. If a woman told me in order to date me, you had to submit an application or submit something, I'd be like, I'm out of here. Another chick for what this weekend becoming is a great weekend. If you haven't gotten your mother's anything, go get your mother something. It's Mother's Day, your Mother's Day. If you feel like it, your grandma raised you, or somebody who's been like a mother in your life, do that. But this chick, and I hate the world for single males. It's very weird for you guys. It's a scary place because we've told people that they should listen to women. And I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to women, but all women, like all of them, that shouldn't listen to all men. But like, there's got to be some kind of qualifiers here, people. This woman prosed this with her thumbs. And I'm starting to believe the Boondocks thing where they were going back and forth and there was like talking about the evils of text messages. Nothing important has ever been written with somebody's thumbs. And I used to not like that, but now I agree. This lady said, as a baby daddy or BD, why are you making sure your baby mama have a good Mother's Day? Y'all not together. If you're not with the woman, your job is to teach your children to honor the woman. Like, isn't this misogynist in of itself by a woman? But then is it misogynist for me to tell this woman how she should feel? I am so confused. But I do know this. Nobody hates women more than women. And this is pure hatred. Like, man, that's their mother. And like a 5-year-old, like, the boys are bought their mother something. My money, but that's their mother, and it's my job to show them how to take care of their mother. Like, what's wrong with that? It's foolish to not do that. That's teaching people, like, what is the gay thespian? If we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that made the babies. He was spitting on that. Like, sometimes he's good, like when he's confused. But he sometimes puts out a good bar that we need to be in. But again, this was
That's her own personal situation.
which is what most women do. You take your personal situation and try to make it seem like the world. Most of you, men and women, are in great relationships or have had good ones, or you were the problem. And these podcasts are fucking it up. That's one of my personal goals once I get this shit together is I'm going to do a podcast critiquing relationship podcast. Just talking about how stupid this person sounds, because I believe that almost all male podcasts, simp version, red pill version, are made by men who have not had any vagina in their life or never had a good amount of it.
You can tell people are buying into it. You go onto the dating apps, you'll see stuff like, yeah, if you message me, don't say hello or how you're doing. Like the first message.
Like now it's like, well, don't you get tired of good morning? I'm like, good morning has worked all the time. Like the only thing I tell people is don't hit me with the good morning king or grand rising. The only reason is because everybody who's ever done that to me has turned out crazy. That's a personal thing. If you can relate to that, then God bless. I'm not saying all women who say grand rising are crazy. I'm just saying all the women that I've ever dealt with that do the grand rising thing are crazy. Some of y'all might be okay.
Imagine me coming to start a conversation with you with just the conversation before a hello or how you doing.
They say this stuff and then they say, and what's crazy is all the women, like this lady with the 500-word essay thing. I have all these expectations and things to date dudes that do nothing.
Right.
Like if you got to make like $500 first. If you was dating guys who took you on $500 first date, you would not be staying in Section 8. It's like what Cam and them said about Ice Spice. One, Ice Spice. It's two of the women that have been the hottest thought rappers lately. I don't like them, but I'm just saying. Young Miami, her mom just got out of jail. I like old Miami more than I like young Miami. Give me the mama, the one that hasn't been peed on. But then again, she's been in jail, so she might be into that freaky shit too. And Ice Spice's mom came up. Ice Spice mom, badder than a motherfucker. It's like you can see the future for Ice Spice now in her mama. So I don't think she's going to be as bad as mama bad. But the bottom line is I know where old Miami has been. So that lets me know what young Miami is used to. And I know what Ice Spice has been. So that lets me know what Scary Spice, whatever her name is used to. I can get them a pizza and a cola and they're going to be fine. Don't tell me you can't take checkers when I look at you're looking at your life and know you are a checkers level lady. It's just, I'm sorry, like some of the stuff is just like if you expected more, you would be in a better place.
Where's her 500 word?
Right, that she can't write 500 words. One of those misogynistic podcasts was hilarious. The little boy came over there and the girl said she liked to read, and he was like, the girl was critiquing the boy saying you're not old enough to have experienced anything, and he said you're too old to have not read. And she was like, I read, I like that. He said, name me 10 books. Just name 10 books. He didn't say name. He could have been fiction. Cat in the Hat is a book. Do you know she could name 10 books? And then he started getting on her. So like the thing is that she probably can't read. Some of the people who are having the expectations for what they want don't have it themselves. When you should date people who like you. And you know what happens when you date people who like you? You don't look stressed. You know who looks stressed? Batman. You know who we don't want stressed? Batman. How can he save the world if he's stressed? And what happens is you get out into this. I know what happened with Ben, and this is Ben Affleck. And I tell you guys, this was right in my Big Sean on his first album. When you get a fine bitch, you better read the fine print. J-Lo has more rings than LeBron. More men have gotten engaged to her and broken up with her. So that's what we need, that young thug. I promise you. Like we talked about Nia Long. I'm telling you, dog, she's fine, but something wrong with the pussy. Same thing with Halle Berry. Now, some of them are fine enough that you're willing to figure it out, but just play this video real quick, Miles. And I'm not even going to preface it with the next thing yet, but we don't even need the sound. We just watch them. Still trying to be chivalrous. So mad. Watch what he does. Just let you know this was real mad. That was a fed up slam.
With the flare, without making it loud.
And then look at now he's looking at the paparazzi too, but before he saw the paparazzi guy, his face was just like in his mind. Right there. Pause it right there, Miles. I'm gonna tell you what he's thinking right now. I can't believe I got back with this bitch. I was broken up. I knew she wasn't shit. But I went out here in this dating pool and this bitch asked me to write a 500-word essay. This one bitch said she needed a $500,000 first date when I know she would have ate a slice. Or she would have got a cheesecake from Uptown. Could have got Puffy to hook me up, but J-Lo would have been mad. But now I'm here. And I'm dejected. The pool is so bad that it makes you want to go backwards, and then you forget why you didn't go backwards, why you left the backwards. But I'm telling you, like, if men know how bad they are because we have a culture that's taught women to be very verbal about how you feel about a man. Women don't know how bad they are at times because we have a culture that doesn't allow us to tell you the truth. You can just cry, and then what happens is crying fucks up something in our, like, in the back of our brain, like the what do you call it? Like the front is like logic, but then like the back is like our innate things that just happen to us from years. Like the crying just fucks us up, and all of a sudden we're just like, hey, dude, if I give you some money, would you stop crying? Like, then it just makes us do stuff. So like even one guy was joking with the women on one of these podcasts, and he said, when you meet an emotionally stable guy, you don't know how to handle an emotionally stable guy. One of the girls was like, hey, quick, somebody cry real quick so we can win again. Or call them, yeah, that's it. Cry. Then you go through your normal progressions. It's like you're gay, you're not making any money, your dick's little, like something like it was fact. So somebody posted, what did your mom bring to the table? And I told them the truth. I said, well, my mom's single. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to be single. So like she's in the same boat that you're in. So, but then I thought about my mom actually is accountable to things, but like they want to bring your mama in, okay? But like, yeah, I didn't want to grow up in a single parent household. I don't want to grow up I don't want my kids to grow up. So yeah, maybe I needed to bring something to the damn table. But women will tell you, I need this, this, and that. And like, well, damn, it sounds like you need a sponsor. It sounds like you need help. And can you take care of yourself? Like I always tell people, my bare minimum is, can you take care of yourself? I'm willing to meet you where you're at. Women love to talk about settling, but when you think about it, men are the ones who settle consistently because we have to take you as you are.
Right.
What if you, as you are, don't meet what if I got a list? One of the best things, I got to share it to you, Miles. I put it on my story. I followed this guy because he's done skits where he literally does what women do in his skits, but that's from a man's perspective. So he walked out in gray sweats, and she's like, you gonna go out there in gray sweatpants? You gonna have all these bitches looking at your print? It's like, it ain't even that big anyway. And then, but they're gonna be want to get you. Then that means if the outfit is giving what the outfit should give. I'm out here doing Prince activities. Like again, so I don't think, right? That's what it comes. I don't think not all, again, I know women have a hard time between general and specific. This might not specifically be you. It could be you and you don't know. But specifically, like from a general perspective, generally, I don't think some of y'all hear yourselves. And if it were reversed, and this is why people hated Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels would always ask, would you let your son date a woman who had the same expectations as you? And 90% of the time, they all said no.
Facts. Big facts.
And so that lets me know you don't hear yourself. It's good enough for somebody else's son, but it's not good enough for your son. And I'm cool with take me as I am. I just think if you're a take me as I am person, you should take other people as they are. That's just my whole thing with that. But long story short, women are wild. Ben Affleck is entirely too fucking rich to deal with this bullshit. And that's the fate. That's what it's giving. That's what his face is giving, is that I'm too rich for this shit. But I will say this, though, in the aspects of a lot of things that are going on, we have to be careful what we ask for in relationships and in world. And what we heard in the last, not the past 2 elections, is they're taking our jobs. We need. I want people to realize that they might be taking your jobs.
Yeah.
But this is what it looks. So it's a double-edged sword. One, I don't mind it. One thing I'm not doing is doing no. And I want you to see what Hector and them was doing. Actually, first one, if you look, it might be mine. Hold on. Because it shows how bad the situation is. You haven't posted it yet. Not this one. So Nikki Free, so not that one. So one more. You're right there. So I want people to look at what life is like without Hispanic people. With your immigration policies that are racist to only Cubans can come here. You don't want them, like, because people who get here legally want real jobs.
Right.
These jobs right here don't require $18 an hour. They'll do it as long as you put the whole family on. You can pay them all under the table. But this is what happens when you don't have illegal immigrants. So show the video of Nikki Free, who ran against Governor DeSantis in the last election, got her ass whooped. No, I don't even think she made it. Yeah, she ran against Chris and got her ass whooped. Anyways, but bottom line is she's like the agriculture commissioner. But this is like Texas. This is for you, all of us southern states. This is what's coming for us. Ain't nobody doing no work. Ain't nobody clear. Ain't no able-bodied pilgrim, black, whatever, coming out and trying to do these jobs because them jobs fucking suck. But now they're not getting done, and now people are having war stories. So that's what it looks like. Because this is right. Now, this is what it looked like when they were doing their jobs, and in contrast, when you do have able-bodied pilgrims or other Americans doing the job. So now you can go play the other videos. You can play each one you want because it's just like they figured this shit out, bro. I don't know. Like, this is like it's amazing to watch this person work.
Right.
Like, but just watch. Like, if you got to come watch the video, if you on SoundCloud or that. But look at that. That man is getting after it with a smile on his face. And then this is what happens when you get able-bodied Americans. It doesn't look very efficient. Like, I'm not hiring that shit. And then you have another one, and I've seen this before, bro. Like, when they redid our roof about a year ago, I think. There's a bunch of vatos up there. I mean, them vatos got there at 5 a.m. and were efficient. That whole thing got done in a day. They knew what they were doing. But let's go watch how Hispanics do roofing. I mean, they're getting after it. It's a team it's like a machine. And this is what happens when able-bodied Americans are doing it. And you want me to pay somebody more money for that? Like, the reality is, I have never been in a position where anybody has been able to take my job that was a foreigner. And if they did, that's probably what they do. Like the doctors. We got Dr. G coming in. He studied. They put the work in to do that.
Right.
And we all have the stereotypes, like the good jobs. We kind of want them. You feel a little better when when there's a Patel behind it, when they're like an engineer or a doctor. I told y'all the story about Trey when we were doing the reading stuff. And I was yelling at him because I mean, why aren't you in first place? And then I looked, and it was like a yin or a yang and a Patel in front of him. And I knew, man, we're not going to win that battle, son. Third place is okay right now. Like, we're good. We're the best American. But lastly, and we'll end it with this, is that even all of this stuff, a lot of stuff is in jest and in jokes. I really do believe most of us are in situations that are way better than what we believe, but we're watching social media and we're trying to compare ourselves, or you're watching reality TV shows and your mind is all fucked up. You need to go see somebody to talk to. And a lot of you guys are really arguing over little shit like these two little people. So if you go click that last one, don't enter your weekend like this, man, because you need to enter your weekend being a little bigger than what you are. But it's the last one. Like, just be careful, man. Like, But that being said, I'm very invested in Little People Boxing. I don't know what was going on here, but I would watch this like with all my heart. Because this is what I tell people when I tell my kids, you being the best kid at Manor is like being the tallest midget. This is exactly what I mean right here. Like he's there. I think they're arguing over who's taller.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's gonna be a no fight. You see this? I'm looking over your head. 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 That's all you got. That's all you got. That's all you got. That's all you got.
Imagine being in a room when a bunch of people the same size as full-size action figures are arguing with each other. You know, that might be a movie idea. If I get this money and the writers are still on strike, I might make a movie called Last Action Hero with a bunch of midgets dressed in action, like the full figure action figures, and they going against and they're fighting battles for the world. But man, all jokes aside, guys, it's Mother's Day. Make sure you take care of the mom, the person who gave you birth. Even whether especially if she's a good one. I think one of the things that we don't do enough is portray that. I'm appreciative of my kids' mothers. I'm appreciative of my mother. I'm appreciative of my grandmother. I'm appreciative of my mother-in-law. You know, it's hard to be that. You know, to have something come out of you. What their bodies go through for that short amount of time. I know if men had to do it, we wouldn't have any kids. But at the same time, we have to appreciate it. So even though I found out the Tupac song has a lot of lies in it, because he knew who his dad was, but even if you guys just play that song, get a card, it's dope to see my oldest son taking his money and trying to buy stuff that he thinks. I think he's like, this is the stuff that I think he's learning from social media or from TV shows and shit about what women are supposed to like. And I don't think he's learning his mom. But at the same time, it's cute. And then the youngest one is very artistic, can actually draw pretty good for a 4-year. Like his shit doesn't even suck. I've seen other 4-year-olds drawings and like I don't like them. Like somebody should tell them that it sucks. But like you say Mother's Day, the first thing he wants to do is go make a card. He calls it a gift card. And so he wants to go draw one and make one for his mom. So I think that you guys should do that. Men, even if you aren't with the mother, make sure you go and actually, hold on one second. Hey, what's up, mommy? You on air? Watch your mouth. Yeah, just.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I was calling about Trey's birthday party.
Well, right now we talking about what we're getting you for Mother's Day. So like, Trey's birthday party is in June. We got you though. But I'll call you in a second. I was just telling people I love my mama.
Yeah, I love you too, sweetheart. That's why I was calling you, because you was on my heart. And I'm like, oh my God, let me call my baby.
All right, you're lying now, but I'm cool with that though. That works. No. I believe you love me, but the whole like you milked that one. That was good, mom. That's gonna help the ratings.
I know. I just woke up with you on my heart, and I'm like, I got to make sure my baby's okay before he come running to Tallahassee. Does he need money? You know, that's why I tried to play it off about Trey's party, but I'm calling about that too. But anyway, you know.
All right, my man, I'll call you back.
Like, you got it. And, I had a dream that TJ had you painting some school, and I'm like, oh God, let me check on my baby.
You had a dream. Wow, you almost watched the show. You had a dream that I was doing what the Mexicans are doing because they're not here?
Yes.
I'm not doing manual labor, mama.
They hoodwinked you and bamboozled you. You didn't know you was going to be going to paint the school. She just told you to come meet her there or wherever, some community center or something. And you like...
All right, mama.
You got me out here.
Mama, I'm going to talk to you later. I love you. I'll talk to you later, mama. All right, mama. Bye. See, even my mama know women ain't shit. She didn't say you was out there painting the school out of the kindness of your own heart. She said you got hoodwinked at the painting the school. It is. She asked me if I needed money, which I would not turn it down. I would never be too old to not take money from my mama. But like, come on, mama. Like that ain't happening. But anyways, y'all take care of your mothers for Mother's Day. Outside of that, man, appreciate y'all for chopping it up with me. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, and all the good mamas, man, y'all enjoy yourselves.